going to give it that analogy. So the meat in the middle, right, is I'm a husband, I'm a father to 3, and I've found out through business, through entrepreneurship, that I'm an entrepreneur, and that through entrepreneurship, you can make really cool impact in other people's lives, employees' lives, your own family's lives. So that's sort of the meat, right? And I just love business, and that's the playground for being able to make impact in other people's lives. But the blanket part is encapsulating the meat, which is faith. Faith for me is Christianity, which is, I believe. Faith is also a confident and assurance of things that are not yet seen, right? So I believe this is going to happen. I've not seen it happen. And I think it requires skill in entrepreneurship, because every day is a freaking gong show and you never know what's going to happen. And you've just got to know you're going to get past that and do whatever it takes. And so, I bring open-mindedness, and I've learned this abundance mindset, right? Those things mixed together are what I call the bread. So it's a passion to do this, and I just love learning about the game, student of the game. I did engineering in school because I didn't know what else to do, right? I was like, hey, I'm good at math. I don't know what to do. At least if I go do something else, I won't lose my college credits, right? So that was why I got into engineering, and my family is nurses and electricians. And engineering was, you could make a good salary, work for a company, and make some money, right? That was it. That was the mindset of where I grew up, was get a job and hopefully, man, you can stay there your whole life, right? So I got that first job at a nuclear power plant as an engineer because they paid good, and I wanted to see what a valve was and learn about the stuff, right? And I realized everybody here is here to work a lifelong job in this company. Like, I just can't do that, right? So found a Belgian company, got into an entrepreneurial division in Atlanta, big city. And the role was to say, hey, we've got this product, this innovative product. It's engineered, right? But can you take it to market? And I was like, oh, this is a playground. Like, I love this. So now we're building it out. We're learning that. And that took me to Canada, where I could build a little business. And so started tasting these opportunities and these small successes. And then the opportunity came in 2007 to say, I was inherently always struggling inside with this, not in the right place. I don't know why. I can't articulate it. I'm 27, 28 years old. I still know, but I'm not feeling like this is me. Opportunity came to start our own business with a partner in Europe. And we were like, hey, let's do it. And that was the beginning of building businesses. And it was dang hard, because my father-in-law passed away at 48 years old. I was able to then borrow his truck to drive around, which was a beater, right? We took that thing all over the Southeast. We stayed in hotel rooms together. It was bootstrapped like no other. And then started seeing success. And it was the same. Here's what's interesting. Now that I'm building multiple businesses involved in multiple things, it was exactly the same process then as it is now. The tools have changed. The internet has changed. Same tactics, right? It's all about the customer. So I just started building, and that I love that early stage stuff, and I get bored with the big company stuff. So that's where I sort of thrive in. All I knew to do was reach out to the customer. And at that time it was through email or phone call. You reach out and you say, hey, Mr. Customer, what do you need? What problems do you have? How can we help? What do you want, right? And it was talking to that customer. So that built over time success, right? And once you understand what they need, then you can provide the right solution. You can build the right manufacturing facility. You can do all the stuff after. Had success with venture number 1 when I exited, right? We bootstrapped that up to an 8-figure exit. Month 1 after the exit, I'm out throwing the ball with my kid. Nobody in my neighborhood thought I had a job, right? You're just like there. I get a phone call and they're like, hey, Andy, let's do this again, right? Let's build up this company. I've got this little company in the same space. Let's do it again. And I'm like, oh yeah, man, I took this company to a major success, right? I can do this again. No problem. And we went and we built an entire multi-million-dollar infrastructure to serve somebody that we weren't even talking to over there. Ultimately, we exited that business, but it was built based on the wrong premise. We spent way too much time, energy, money building what we thought they wanted, right? But they didn't, that wasn't a fit. So huge lessons learned. So now going back to, ventures 4, 5, 6, whatever, we always start by talking to the customer. And I have to say discipline in that, because I want to go here because I've seen how it works. I can see the vision and I want to get there faster. But I got to focus over here. The highlight of my career was when we had made it to year 5 in the first venture, and we threw a ginormous party for 70 plus employees and all their spouses and families. And we invited them to a whole day. And then we had everybody at night for a big banquet. I had spouses coming up and saying, Andy, we are so thankful for you and what you've brought to our family and the impact you've made in our lives. And I didn't know them, right? And I'm like, crap, that's Jim's wife in the welding department up in Chattanooga of the business we had, right? And I'm like, that's that's more joy, and I'll never forget those experiences ever. And so building on that, I'm like, okay, we got to do that for more people. We got to help more people through business. I have the ability to do that. Let's help more people do that. I was alone. I had a co-founder, but we were alone in Venture 1 from 2007 all the way to 2019, where we exited Venture 2 2020. It was alone. And I realized there is a wealth of people who have done this before, who have knowledge. And if you're open-minded to advice, and you can accelerate and amplify, because in my world where I came from, there was a ceiling that everyone has on top. I call it the clouds, but there's a cloud, and they limit themselves not ever being able to go above that. I feel like I was the airplane that went through the clouds, and I saw up above, and I'm like, there's a whole nother stratosphere up here. Hey, everybody, let's go, let's go, let's go. The only way I think you can get there is by surrounding yourself with people who just know how to do it, who push you like no other to do it. Because, man, if you're alone, you do not see the obstacles around you. So the things that haven't changed are just genuine, open communication, right? Honesty has not changed, right? Giving employees hope and vision has not changed. Like those things, because it's hard. I'll speak for early stage entrepreneur companies up to momentum phase. It's hard. Like there are days where you're killing it, but the most of the days you're freaking in the war zone. Like my phone, I thought about this yesterday. My phone rings. I'm like, oh crap. What problem we got to deal with now, right? Like it's pretty much like that all the time. So the optimism, those things haven't changed. What has changed, people all over the world, is social media has changed in the way that we're able to get our messaging out and meet more people and do business faster, quicker. There's communities of entrepreneurs out there that are meeting different entrepreneurs all over the world. You could have a conversation with someone in Dubai, in Europe, and in the US and South America all at the same time. And just it's opened up the world. But the speed at which things are changing is so insanely fast. That will sadly be a barrier for a lot of the older school businesses, especially where I came from, right? The blacksmith on the corner who's got a welding shop. They don't know what they use Facebook for their grandma, right? That's it. Yeah. Well, the world's changed, and those folks will get left behind without a change in an open-minded and adoptive technique. Yeah. So I've seen this through my journey, through what I've been doing in our employees' lives, and I think in my kids' lives, right? And I think you've got to be bold and relentless in who you are. Find out who you are and what you enjoy doing, and just triple down on that. Just double click all day long. And most importantly, do not allow other people to put their limits onto you or their expectations onto you. If you can break the mold of all of that, you will absolutely thrive and be your best self.